Have you ever wondered if the secret to happiness and peace could be found in the simplest moments of your day? Welcome to a journey of exploration, where we'll delve into the profound teachings of Buddhism and the practices of mindful breathing and meditation. But we're not just here to sit on meditation cushions. We're here to transform our everyday experiences to find the extraordinary in the ordinary. The principles of Buddhism are not just about achieving enlightenment in another realm. They're about living fully, right here, right now. They're about turning every moment, every breath into a step towards peace and happiness. Today we're going to learn how to weave these principles into the fabric of our daily lives, making every action, every experience a practice of mindfulness. Understanding mindfulness is one thing, but how can we practice it beyond the moments of meditation? Stick around and let's discover the art of mindful living together. When we talk about mindfulness, we're really talking about being fully present and engaged with whatever we're doing at the moment, without judgment or distraction. It's a journey of the mind and heart, a voyage of discovery into the depths of our own awareness. But what does it mean to be mindful? Picture this: you're savoring a cup of coffee. You feel the warmth of the cup, smell the rich aroma, taste the bitter sweetness on your tongue. You're not thinking about yesterday's problems or tomorrow's tasks. You are simply there in that moment with that cup of coffee. That, my friends, is mindfulness. It's about living in the now, not lost in past memories or future anxieties. It's about being an active participant in your own life, not a passive bystander. It's about accepting the reality of each moment, not resisting or clinging to it. Mindfulness, in its essence, is a state of open, non-judgmental and non-distracted attention to the contents of consciousness, whether pleasant or unpleasant. It's about cultivating a sense of curiosity about our own minds, a willingness to confront our own patterns of thought and emotion. Now, this concept of mindfulness, of being fully present and aware, isn't new. It's deeply rooted in the ancient teachings of Buddhism. It's a key aspect of the Eightfold Path, a guide to ethical and mindful living. In Buddhism, mindfulness is often described as a lamp that illuminates our path, dispelling the darkness of ignorance and confusion. It's seen as a tool for understanding the true nature of reality, for seeing things as they really are, free from our usual distortions and misconceptions. But let's be clear. Practicing mindfulness doesn't mean you need to become a Buddhist or adopt any particular religious belief. Mindfulness is a universal human capacity, like our ability to learn or to love. It's something we can all cultivate, regardless of our cultural or spiritual background. And mindfulness isn't just about sitting in meditation, though that can be a powerful practice. It's about bringing that same quality of attention, of presence, to every moment of our lives. Whether we're eating a meal, walking in the park, or washing the dishes, we can practice mindfulness. The beauty of mindfulness is that it's always available to us. It's not something we need to seek out or acquire. It's simply a matter of turning our attention inward, of tuning into the present moment. It's a shift from doing to being, from thinking to experiencing. As we start to weave mindfulness into the tapestry of our day, we might notice a shift in our perspective. We might find that we're less reactive, less caught up in our habitual patterns of thought and emotion. We might discover a sense of inner peace and contentment that doesn't depend on external circumstances. So, how might this shift our perspective on the challenges and stresses we face? Well, that's a journey we'll embark on together as we explore the practical applications of mindfulness in our daily lives. Incorporating mindfulness into daily routines, such as eating, walking, or even doing household chores, can be surprisingly simple. It's all about bringing a sense of fully engaged attention to the everyday activities that often get relegated to the background of our busy lives. Take eating, for instance. How often do we consume a meal while scrolling through our phones, watching television, or thinking about our to-do list? The act of mindful eating involves really tasting your food, savoring each bite, and noticing how it nourishes your body. It's about appreciating the journey that the food has taken to reach your plate, from the sun's energy to the farmer's labor. This practice anchors us in the present moment and can even enhance our enjoyment of the meal. Walking too can be an opportunity for mindfulness. Instead of rushing from point A to point B with our minds elsewhere, we can bring our attention to the sensation of each footfall, the rhythm of our breath, and the sights and sounds around us. This simple shift in focus transforms a mundane activity into a meditation in motion, allowing us to connect more deeply with our bodies and our environment. Even household chores, often seen as tedious, can become a mindfulness practice. Whether you're washing dishes, sweeping the floor, or folding laundry, you can engage fully with the task at hand, noticing the sensations, the movements, and the sounds. The trick is to do one thing at a time and do it with all your heart. This approach not only makes chores more enjoyable, but also cultivates a sense of presence and calm that can ripple out into other areas of your life. Regardless of the activity, a key tool for bringing yourself back to the present moment is your breath. Our breath is always with us, always in the present, making it a perfect anchor for mindfulness. When you notice your mind wandering, gently guide your attention back to the sensation of breathing. Feel the air entering your nostrils, filling your lungs and leaving your body. This simple yet powerful technique can help you stay grounded in the here and now, no matter what you're doing. Remember, mindfulness isn't about striving for a certain state or trying to be perfect. It's about showing up fully for each moment, whether it's pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral. It's about cultivating a sense of curiosity and openness, and learning to be with things as they are, without judgment or resistance. As you start to weave these practices into the tapestry of your day, you'll likely notice a shift. You might feel more calm, more connected, more alive. You might find that you're able to respond to life's ups and downs with greater equanimity and grace. And you might discover a sense of peace and joy in the most ordinary moments. Embracing mindfulness brings light to our lives, but how do we sustain this practice to truly transform our way of being? It's a journey, not a destination. And every step, every breath, every mindful moment is a step in the right direction. Mindfulness isn't just about finding peace in quiet moments. It's also about facing our challenges and stresses with a different perspective. Every day, we encounter a myriad of stresses. It could be the unending string of emails at work, the pile of dishes in the sink, or the strain in personal relationships. Life, as we know it, is filled with challenges. But what if we told you that these challenges could be faced differently, not as burdens, but as opportunities for growth? Mindfulness offers just that, a fresh lens to view and engage with our challenges. Instead of getting lost in the chaos, mindfulness encourages us to stay anchored in the present, observing our thoughts, emotions, and reactions without judgment. This perspective doesn't make the challenges disappear, but it does offer us a different way to respond to them. Let's consider a common scenario. You're in a meeting and a colleague criticizes your work. The immediate reaction might be to get defensive or feel hurt. But what if instead you take a mindful breath, acknowledge your feelings, and respond calmly? The situation hasn't changed, but your reaction has. And that makes all the difference. So how do we cultivate this mindful response? The key is in the practice. Just like a muscle, mindfulness gets stronger with regular use. Here are some practices that can help. Firstly, mindful breathing. Whenever you find yourself overwhelmed, take a moment to focus on your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body, the rise and fall of your chest. This simple act can help calm your mind and bring you back to the present. Secondly, mindful observation. When a stressful situation arises, instead of reacting immediately, pause. Observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. This pause creates a space between the stimulus and your response, allowing you to choose a more mindful reaction. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Often we are our own harshest critics. Remember that it's okay to make mistakes, to be imperfect. Extend the same kindness to yourself as you would to a dear friend. This self-compassion can help soften our response to stress and foster a more positive self-image. Remember, mindfulness is not about eliminating stress or challenges. It's about changing our relationship with them. It's about recognizing that we have the power to choose our response, and that choice can transform our experience of life. As we start to practice mindfulness, we might find that our challenges don't seem as daunting, our stress levels decrease, and we feel more balanced and at peace. We might also notice improvements in our emotional regulation, enabling us to handle difficult situations with more grace and resilience. Furthermore, mindfulness fosters a compassionate response, not just to ourselves, but to others as well. We become more understanding, more empathetic. We learn to listen without judgment, to offer support without imposing our solutions. This compassion can greatly enhance our relationships, making them more fulfilling and meaningful. So, as we weave mindfulness into the tapestry of our day, we start to see our challenges not as obstacles, but as stepping stones on our path to growth. We realize that every stressful situation is an opportunity to practice mindfulness, to strengthen our resilience, and to cultivate peace and happiness. Imagine your life as a garden. Each mindful moment is a seed of peace and happiness. What will your garden look like as these seeds grow and flourish? Each challenge we face, each stressor we encounter, is an opportunity to plant another seed. And as we continue to practice mindfulness, we will see our garden of life flourish with peace, joy, and fulfillment. Building a mindful lifestyle isn't about making huge changes all at once. It's about planting small seeds of mindfulness throughout your day. Every moment of awareness, every breath taken with intention, is a step towards a more mindful existence. So how do we cultivate this garden of mindfulness? How do we make the practice of presence a part of our daily routine rather than an isolated event? The answer lies in making mindfulness a habit, and like any habit, it starts small. Begin by setting reminders for yourself. It could be a note on your fridge, an alarm on your phone, or a bracelet worn on your wrist. These reminders serve as gentle nudges, bringing you back to the present moment. They invite you to pause, to breathe, to simply be. Next, consider creating mindful spaces within your home or workplace. These are areas designated for quiet reflection, free from distraction. It might be a corner of your room with a comfortable chair, a small altar with meaningful items, or even a spot in your garden. Whenever you enter these spaces, you're signaling to your mind that it's time to slow down and engage with the present. Finding a community of practice can also be incredibly beneficial. Whether it's a local meditation group, an online forum, or a weekly yoga class, these communities offer support, accountability, and shared learning. Together, you're not just practicing mindfulness, but you're living it. Now let's talk about the long-term benefits of a mindful lifestyle. By integrating mindfulness into our everyday lives, we start to see changes that go beyond reduced stress or improved focus. We start to experience enhanced well-being. We find more joy in the ordinary moments, more peace in the midst of chaos. We become more resilient, better equipped to navigate the ebb and flow of life. Our relationships too are deepened through mindfulness. When we're fully present with others, we listen more deeply, we communicate more effectively, and we cultivate a greater sense of empathy and understanding. We're not just interacting on a surface level, but we're truly connecting, heart to heart. And perhaps one of the most profound benefits of a mindful lifestyle is a greater sense of purpose. When we're present, when we're engaged with life as it unfolds, we're not just going through the motions, we're participating in the world, contributing to it in meaningful ways. Each mindful moment is an affirmation of life, a testament to the beauty and wonder of existence. In our next exploration, we'll delve even deeper, discovering how to breathe life into every moment with advanced mindful breathing techniques. Are you ready to unlock the full potential of your breath? We've journeyed from understanding mindfulness to living it in daily life, always drawing upon the profound teachings of Buddhism. We started by defining mindfulness, a practice of being fully present, and traced its roots back to the Eightfold Path. We then explored how to incorporate mindfulness into our daily routines, turning everyday tasks into opportunities for presence and peace. We acknowledged the challenges and stresses we all face, offering mindfulness as a tool to engage with these experiences differently. And finally, we discussed strategies for cultivating a mindful lifestyle, emphasizing the long-term benefits of this practice. Now, it's time to put these teachings into action. Commit to one small act of mindfulness each day. It can be as simple as savoring your morning coffee or taking a mindful walk. Share your experiences and insights with your community, inspiring others with your journey. Stay tuned for our next exploration into the world of mindfulness and Buddhism, Until then, remember, each mindful moment is a seed and you are the gardener.